Hi, it's me again, your friendly neighborhood doctor who doesn't play one on TV. Anyway, tonight's episode is titled, I Don't Need Life, I'm High on Drugs, in which we talk about the pharmaceutical industries and how they fleece us at every turn. Because, of course, they're in the business of making money. Can't blame them for that. But you have insurance and you pay an insurance premium and you go to the drugstore to pick up your prescription and they say, hey, pay your copay right here. And you're like, wait, why do I have to pay a copay? Don't I have insurance to cover this? Well, copays are the insurance industry's way of kind of yelling at you for choosing the more expensive drug. So there are brand name drugs, which are drugs that are still on patent, so the pharmacy companies can charge whatever they want. But then when they go off patent, then you can make generic forms of the drugs. And often the generic forms of the drugs work just as effectively as the very expensive brand name version of the drugs. And so insurance companies want to encourage you to choose the generic form of the drug because it costs them less and ultimately it costs you less too. So it's like when they say copay, it's like the insurance guy yelling at you saying, don't get that really expensive drug. We want you to go for the cheap generic drug. And here's how it works. So every insurance company contracts with every pharmaceutical company so that for a given drug at a pharmaceutical company, it might cost Aetna one thing and Blue Cross another thing and United Healthcare another thing. So your doctor has no idea how much your prescription costs because there's no way for your doctor to keep track of however many insurance companies are out there and what the rate is that they negotiated for that particular drug. Okay? So here's what happens. You have a drug, and you have two different drugs. And so basically you have the brand name drug that's still on patent, that they're still trying to sell, and then you have the generic version. And most people, like I said, will do just fine with the generic version. The insurance company has to pay the pharmaceutical company for that drug. So the pharmaceutical company charges $500 for that brand name drug. But for the same drug that's generic, the insurance company only has to pay $50. So the way that they encourage you to choose that generic drug is by making your copay really low. If you get the $50 drug, you only pay $5. That's their kind of sneaky little way of saying, this one, get this one. Don't choose this one because it costs us a lot of money, right? So they're kind of trying to nudge you towards what they want you to buy, right? And it was highly effective. And in the early 2000s, generics made up over 50% of the pharmacy prescriptions that doctors wrote for. That's great. It's really great. Who's it good for? It's good for the insurance companies. Made them see dollar signs because they didn't have to pay as much money out for those generic drugs. It was good for you because you had a lower copay and you got your drug and you didn't see the costs anyway, right? It was bad for the drug companies. They have a sad emoji. Everybody else had a happy emoji. They have a sad emoji. But they got smart. What they did was they would tweak their drugs that were already in generic form, make very minor tweaks to them so that essentially they were the same drug, didn't cost them a lot of money to do research and development, but they could now brand it as a new drug. New and improved drug, right? New and improved, really expensive drug. Okay, so insurance companies again would institute those same copay efforts where they charge you a higher copay if you wanted to get that really expensive drug rather than the cheap one. But the drug companies were like, we'll beat you at your own game. We'll give you a coupon. So they give the doctors the coupons, and doctors don't have any idea what this new drug costs because again, we can't keep up with all those millions of contracts. But what we do know is, hey, the drug company says this new form of the drug, maybe you only have to take it once a day instead of twice a day. I don't know about you, but taking a pill 2 times a day is not a significant lifestyle impediment to most people. It probably doesn't justify the cost to pay for that once a day pill. But you'll buy it because, hey, once a day is better than twice a day, right? Is it so much better that it's worth paying hundreds of dollars more? Probably not, but you don't know that you're doing that because you have this cool little coupon. So you go to your doctor and you say, well, you're going to give me this new drug, but how much does it cost? And he's like, I have no idea. But here's a coupon for you. Right here. Got it from the drug company. Okay, so here's what happens. Now you have the drug. I'm trying to hold it far enough back for you. So now you have the existing generic drug that costs your insurance company $50 to buy from the drug company, and they'll charge you, call it a $10 copay. But the coupon company, that the drug company that's giving you the coupon with their new and improved drug, they're going to charge your insurance company $650. And you're like, oh my God, I can't do that. But now you have your cool little coupon right here, and you're going to trot over to the pharmacy and they're going to say, that'll be $5, cheaper than the generic. They're beating the insurance companies at their own game. But guess what? Guess who pays? The insurance company pays $650. You don't think you pay. You think you got a $5 drug. That's a really great deal, right? So here's what happens. The doctor doesn't know what the cost is, so he unwittingly gives you the coupon because he's like, oh, well, I think it's a better drug. It's once a day, not twice a day. So take this coupon. And the customer, the patient, you, says, I think it's a great deal. I just got this brand new fancy drug and it only cost me $5. It was less than the generic. It must be a really good drug, or they wouldn't have given me that coupon. So you think you just got a deal. But if everybody who's in your insurance company's market decides that they want that really expensive drug, guess what happens to your premium? Your premiums go up, right? So you're kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul. You walk away from the pharmacy counter with your extra $5 in your hand because you're like, score, I just got a really great drug. And you don't realize that you're going to get screwed on the back end because your insurance premiums are going to go up. Take home message from that. Scoreboard, drug companies won. You, a big fat goose egg. Why does this count for universal health care? Because remember that I said every single insurance company contracts with the pharmaceutical company and they all pay different rates. That same insurance company will pay different rates in different cities, in different states. It's different all over the country. But if you had universal health care, you had one payer, the government, which will negotiate one rate with that drug manufacturer, which results in one price for you. It's pretty simple. Talk to you soon.